Hey, Proxy Table Gaming fans.
Hello.
How are you?
Yeah, passing by.
I'm Lucky Sixes. This is Hyper G.
Yep, that's me.
And we are Proxy Table Gaming here for another review. There's so many reviews now.
So many.
We hope you liked them up to now as well. We are here today for Dwarven Holds, and interested to get stuck into it, really. And stuck into it, we shall
Yeah, because I mean,
get.
Dwarven holds, a bit like Marmite, aren't they? Really, Marmite.
My
You
mate.
love them or you hate them. Marmite.
Yeah.
They're not my mates.
We all hate my
Um,
mate.
yeah,
um,
too right. Yeah,
but yeah,
but they
no,
are the love them or hate them kind of
I
army,
know. There's
and
lots. There's probably the most divisive army out
yeah,
there.
yeah,
But yeah, and we'll see how whether the update affects that, whether people love them more or not.
or hate them less.
Might be more things. The first change, and we're only really going to be talking about changes here.
Yes, we are.
The Rune of Resonance gone.
Oh, a big load of blue text scrubbed out.
Just
I like it.
complexity thing. It was a niche rune anyway because you needed to cast it in order to get multiple things on your next one. So how much I didn't really, I was never really bothered about this one happening.
Yeah,
But I can understand why it could have been good, and especially like maybe elite levels, it was ultra good. But I think it was niche anyway. So to get rid of it is just getting rid of some of the complexity that they can put elsewhere.
yeah. I think they've got rid of a complexity thing. And as we'll see in the changes, there's a couple of extras that they've been able to add in that are not complex that enhance the rest. So
Yeah, I think so.
I think they've made a trade and complexity great.
Yeah,
Love it.
so yeah, I don't mind this. And as an opponent of Dwarven Holes, one less rune to memorize is always handy. The attack attribute sturdy is gained steady aim. I believe that
That was
was
already there.
already there.
Yeah.
It's just it's been updated in the rules, so it's
Yeah,
a
pretty
rule book
much.
thing now.
Yeah. Just means you don't suffer -1 for standing and shooting.
But that's a game wide rule now rather than just a dwarves. So
Well, I mean, obviously not everyone has it, but steady aim is covered in the rule book,
yes,
effectively. So yeah.
Otherwise, no changes on that page until we get to runic special items. And just scrolling through, we have no changes on the first page.
No, not enough.
All of your runes are the same there.
The Rune of the Forge, is that
Yes,
gone from
2+
was
to
it
3+.
not right, which is a change that you alluded to before, actually, isn't it?
Yeah, so this is a game-wide rule. A lot of the 2+ vulnerability saves are going. They're not going to be anymore. So this, it hasn't gone up in points or down in points because it was only 10 anyway. But 3+ is the best save you're going to get in the game.
Yeah, I'm fine with it so long as they make it consistent and they don't forget any of them.
Yeah, there'll be one exception somewhere, I'm sure.
Someone will manage to still get a 2 up somewhere.
But as far as I know, this is a game-wide thing. They're getting rid of that, so don't worry too much about that. Although, as you're a dwarf, you could still put it down in the Book of Grudges as a reason to moan.
Yeah, it should have been made 5 points instead of 10.
Yeah.
Because that makes sense.
Nothing in the runic banners, so they all work the same. So don't worry too much about them. The runic artifacts, I believe, are the same. I can't even see points
like
changes.
Quickly trying to look for any blue text. And none,
so we'll see. So all the same from that point of view. Battle runes. So something that it's been taken out. If taken by a runic smith, they have range 18 because you will see a change later on, where lots of different characters are now able to take some of the runes, and we'll talk about that as we come along. So
it's not just the runic smiths now.
If taken by another character, other than the Anvil of Power, they gain 18. So it's actually just a rewrite because of something else that's coming up, which is quite exciting actually for the.
And it's the exchange for the rune of resonance. Yeah. So this is what comes in as a result of that being gone.
Yeah, for sure. In terms of the runes themselves, there aren't actually any changes.
There are.
Apart from, goodness me, you are cutting me off. Apart from Rune of Resilience.
It's amazing.
After you.
It's amazing. It's not stackable anymore. I mean, let's just dance, everyone. This has finally happened.
Yeah,
all those stacking -1 to wounds, they're gone. I mean, obviously, you can still get it off once by casting it 3 times,
and they are repeatable.
So you can you will almost still definitely get one of them off, but you can't now get 2 of them off on the same unit.
Which kind of puts it in line with all the others, because you had a re-roll to wound, and obviously you can't re-roll. So there was lots of things that weren't stackable anyway.
And this was, I still think it'll be popular in dwarf armies, and I still think you'll see more than one instance of this being taken, across the army.
Yeah, just for repeatable.
So that you can have it fail to cast the first time and then cast it again to get it off, or even a third time, etc. But
only once max.
This is on each unit. Yeah. So I think it's great. Yeah. It's the right way to go for this spell.
Yeah.
I still think it's very powerful.
Yeah,
but at least it's.
But I guess from an objective point of view, it's certainly a nerf to that spell. Anyway, but we're quite happy about it.
I'm delighted.
So, coming to the characters and the king, the only change we can see here is that he cannot now have Rune of Resonance, but he can choose a battle rune of all of them. And
I like that.
This is a theme. So same points, so 30 points, and I think that's actually pretty good. But as we sort of move through the characters, Thane can also do the same.
Yeah.
The Runic Smith obviously can have 3. So that's the biggest difference from the Runic Smith is you get the channel and the magic resistance, the AP and stuff, but he can go 3. Whereas all the others, Anvil of Power, no change, but Engineer can have 1, which is interesting. But the Dragon Seeker can't. So it's all your other dwarf characters can have it. Now I am a little bit worried that the Runic Smith might get taken out because of this, because you can get options from other things.
Because if you're having a BSB Thane and a general anyway, that's potentially 2 runes that you've got right there.
Yeah.
So if you just have an Anvil of Power as well, do you even need your Runic Smith anymore?
Yeah, but what I think is, a lot of the times when you wanted to go magic, you had to go multiple Runic Smiths, and I think you don't have to now. So I think overall you're gonna save some points in the character section. Because of that. So I think that's a good change for dwarves.
You do have less variety in the spells you can cast. I mean, say what you want about the Rune of Resonance. Maybe it was rubbish, maybe it wasn't, but you still have one less choice, which is
and one of them is worse.
Bad thing.
So
exactly.
But otherwise, apart from that change in the rune magic, should we say, change, nothing else has changed. So points wise, you're all the same. Mechanically, you're pretty much all the same apart from that. In the mounts as well, there's no stat changes or price changes, so they work exactly the same. Into core, and let's scroll through. So Hold the Line, I think, was there before.
That's the reroll panic tests.
But
nearby.
It's a
rulebook
rule now rather than a dwarf specific. Onto all the other core, the same from what it looks like. Special Kingsguard are the same. Deep Watch, a bit of a points change from their point of view, and
cheaper.
Got a bit cheaper. So they used
cheaper.
Used to be 250 and 21. They're now 230 and 20. So I mean, I always prefer the things where they're round numbers as well. So that helps me out a lot. Perhaps...
I mean, I guess maybe Kingsguard are more popular, so Deep Watch are given this to give them a chance. They're very much a defensive unit, and I'm not sure how much dwarves are being played defensively at the moment. Kind of still defensive, but defensive until you come and fight me, and then I'll kick your ass, kind of defensive.
Absolutely. I think,
whereas Deep Watch are just defensive.
The issue with them is the strength 4, and I guess not multiple wounds, whatever, but multiple attacks. They are decent, and they've got cheaper, so hopefully that'll see more play. Is it enough though, guys? Let us know.
I'd be interested in knowing what people think about that.
Yeah, what do we think about Deep Watch? Did they need more of a rework or what? But yeah, otherwise,
I think if you take the extra attack away off Kingsguard, then yeah, the Deep Watch will be fine.
yeah, true.
That would just be hot. That would just horrify players. So let's not do that.
Absolutely. And as you can see, scrolling through, there's no other changes in the special section until we get to Rangers, who again don't get too excited. I
was getting excited.
They've gone up in points, but they have gained quick to fire. So
that's good.
10 points more for a unit for quick to fire. So they're gonna. I think that's acceptable as a change.
I think so. That's a good change. Yeah, quick to fire is brilliant for them.
So yeah. I can't see any other way that they had it before. So I do think that is an addition.
Sure.
So yeah. Otherwise though, no changes in the special. So yeah, pretty straightforward in terms of that.
Yeah. Are throwing weapons quick to fire anyway?
Yes. But they've got it innately, so they can have quick.
They could use crossbows with quick to fire.
So yeah, so which is good for them.
Yeah.
Clan's Thunder and the standard unit that gets changed every single time. Is
so many times, yeah. They're much more expensive.
Much more expensive now, but I guess it's because they've got 2 shots each at strength 4 AP note, rather than 1 shot at strength 3. But they don't always hit on a 2+, and they start on a 3+. The Forge going to 3+. So they're going to be hitting less, and they're going to be, but they're going to be hitting with more. So I don't know the maths. I never know the maths on these things. Whether it's better to have more attacks at a higher strength than it is lower, but they've changed. They're not quick to fire or anything like that.
Yeah, that surprises me. I thought that they'd tag on like accurate or something like that.
Yeah,
to give them a bit of a better hitting chance, because always hitting on 2s, and now effectively, I mean, unless you're firing point blank, you're not going to be hitting at 3s very often, are you?
No, 18 inches is quite far, so you're going to be at long range
most of the time, and most of the time you're probably going to have to have moved, maybe.
Yeah,
so that's quite a difference.
The opponent can make you move to shoot for sure. So,
but it is 2 shots, which is big.
Yes,
instead of 1, so you've got that insurance.
So I don't know, but
you're firing twice.
Gone up a considerable amount though. 25 points for standard, and
you can't take as many in a unit either.
Oh yeah, so
that's gone down from 20.
They've tried to balance them. Obviously, lost the 2-up Aegis save because everyone has.
That's gone to 3-up. That's not one that they've missed, so that's good.
Yeah, so I don't know. Is this a good change, people? Do we like 2 shots at strength 4 rather than 1 shot at strength 3 with better hitting skills?
I mean, it's even more an elf killer now.
So, well, yeah, absolutely. Well, I don't know actually. Hitting, because you have hitting more on 2s is definitely better than hitting at strength 4 on 5s.
Yeah, I guess.
So I don't know. My inkling says it's actually worse, but it's gone up.
Well, especially as you're paying more.
So people,
yeah,
definitely disagree with me. But yeah,
that's what we want to encourage. Disagree with us and tell us.
So yeah, guys, the biggest, apart from the runes, the biggest change in your book, Forge Wardens, is it a good change? And let us know.
Right. When I eventually play my dwarfs, I will use Forge Wardens, but they'll have changed before then, so forget it.
Nothing in steamcopters change wise.
Artillery, the broken steamcopters.
The cannon has got much more expensive.
Oh, has it? Okay.
No, it hasn't. It's gone down by 15 points.
Yeah. I was going to say.
I think because one of the
clipped wings is
lost clipped wings. But I think that's it's an army-wide rule for cannons. I think.
Yeah, clip wings is being phased out, isn't it?
Yeah.
I think that they couldn't remove it from the rule book until all the army books had been done. If that makes sense.
Because it would have been a spoiler.
Well, yeah, exactly. And there would have been army books that say clipped wings that wasn't in the rule book anymore. So they need to do all the army books before they remove clipped wings.
So
does that make sense?
Yeah, I think it does. I think that's gonna be a game-wide thing, so don't worry too much about that. It has got cheaper, so
which I think is
there's
fine.
that. But yeah, so
That's it.
and then again, that is it. So another one of the books with very little in terms of changing, especially points-wise.
So if you're playing Rangers and Forge Wardens, then you've got a lot of changes to do.
Yes,
but if you weren't,
absolutely.
and Deep Watch, you know.
And
but
if you had 3 runic smiths before, you might not need 3 runic smiths. So
no,
that's happy days.
You need none of them.
Yeah, but yeah, that takes us to the end of this review. We do have many more reviews to come. So
we're getting to around the halfway mark now, aren't we?
We are. Yeah, very much so.
Not quite.
Or depending on where you are in the reviews, it could be 2/3 of the way through as well. So
yeah.
No, let us know in the comments what you thought of the Dwarven Holds review and what you thought of the updates and changes themselves. Do like, share, subscribe, and hit the notification button because we've got so many more coming in so much more content coming in the future. Masters and tournaments next year and some international skirmishes as well. Lots to come, and of course all the updates we'll bring to you for your viewing pleasure.
Too right. You know where to come.
But until then, see you later.